Deflategate, Colgate, Spygate, Tom Brady in six. Can we really say that this man is the greatest quarterback of all time, bro?
I mean, yeah, we can. It
We can
just,
say it, but is it real? Knowing that he had these scandals hanging around his name.
I mean, yeah, because like, I mean, he ended up winning six, right, or seven,
Shit, so do we remove four?
two. No, I
Two of
mean,
my fault and
yeah,
reduce them to
we still
four?
got four left. I mean, only and then ain't nobody else got more than four besides. I mean, I think Terry Bradshaw got three. Maybe I don't know, Joe Montana maybe got like two, three.
I think
Steve
Montana
Young.
got three.
But I mean, yeah, man, like, cause I still cause like you could kind of fight the same, argument for LeBron in ways is like, cause I was gonna say he made up for it against Atlanta when he was down 20-3. But I can say the same with LeBron when 2016 they was down 3-1. But I ain't gonna go there.
Because
But
we ain't talking about that. But if we talking
that's
about these
we can
championships of
compare
Tom
them.
Brady, can we say that? And can we say that he's the greatest quarterback of all time? Or do we remove those two? Because if we got to start going across the board for championships, if we do that, then bro,
Yeah.
we got to start talking about Michael Jordan. We got to start talking about not just Tom Brady, but every other champion. We got to talk about Pete Rose. Pete Rose, he been excommunicated or whatever the fuck they want to say about him for the last 20, 30 years. And now they want to put him into the Hall of Fame for being a credible guy after all this time. But if we going to do that to him, do we do the same thing with a guy who had Spygate and Deflategate, bro? Like there's footage of people recording these games. Do we say that this is the greatest quarterback of all time, or do we remove that title from him and say that yo, no, there was some scheming and plotting going on?
Nah, cause I feel like shit. Who knows? Like back in the day, some of those games was fixed, not fixed, but like some call may have been missed or not called because of certain teams being wanted to win or be let to win. I think he broke the goat because when we talk about the goat, I take everything into account, even outside of football, inside of football, just the aura you had. If you was able to one either change the game or make the game more loved or by all around, like from outside America, globally, and
Man, I
be
don't
known
give a
for.
fuck about that nigga aura. I'm talking about winning. That nigga won, but he got shit on his name, brother. Do we
Well,
ignore it and just say, oh, it really didn't happen? Or do we say, yo, this shit happened and we need to be very specific about it because people are saying it and was it real or was it bullshit?
and I think it's like the Spygate one. I think that's a more serious one. I like you actually like stole other teams signals and spied on them literally like took a advantage of what you had or had someone go in there try to steal signs or any information they can get. So that one
Mhm.
I'll put asterisk on that one. I ain't gonna lie. The deflate game one, not really like that. Okay, yeah, you deflate the balls, which impacted the throwing and the catching. But like you tell me the whole game, the refs couldn't feel no different. You tell me the other team, made
Because
nothing.
are y'all saying that because y'all mad and y'all sore losers and y'all trying to come up with something? Or was the motherfucker literally deflating balls? So here's the thing about it. You go your whole career and
Like
nobody notices that you deflating the motherfucking balls to the championship game.
right, and like I mean, I don't necessarily think that deflating the balls make it better to run or I mean throw it or maybe running. Yeah, you can hold it a little bit tighter for sure. Grip some lumps and stuff, but catching it, I feel like it could be wobbly. It could be a little
Yeah,
less.
it takes something off of it when you throwing that motherfucker and it's not inflated properly. I would think that.
So the Flay one, I'm not really too hyped up on, but I mean, but he do have some, like his first championship, when he played the Oakland Raiders in that snowy game in AFC Championship game, and this is the first time I ever heard the tuck rule where he fumbled the ball, but he said he brought it back to where he wasn't like throwing the ball anymore to where instead of giving the ball to or Oakland and them going to the Super Bowl, they kept the
What
ball.
organization was donated to, or who was paid off for that call to go through?
Whatever referee family, his kids, education and college career.
Somebody's trust fund and college fund was well endowed after that. You understand me? Because there's some shit that has come out, well, not come out. There's some shit that has happened around that man's career that I
Yeah,
just don't understand. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. We got my man's Keith Too Tall. What up, brother?
what's going on? How was your Thanksgiving weekend?
Man, and you got myself Omega. My Thanksgiving was pretty cool, man. I had to go to work the next day. You know, I work for the city and everything, but it was a cool Thanksgiving. Can I get to them yams? Sweet, sweet yams. Show me the way. Man, so the yams was
That was Fetty
good.
Wap.
That shout out to Fetty Wap. You know what I'm saying? I hope you doing well. You know what I mean? I hope you're doing everything that you're supposed to get back out here and make sure that everything is happening the way that you want it to happen. You diggery do. But the dressing was popping. I think it had shrimp in it. The shrimp was fire in the dressing. I got some shrimp in there getting marinated right now with the chili lime sauce. The not chili lime sauce, the chili lime seasoning with some avocado oil, some black pepper and some cayenne pepper. We gonna get it going like that. So I'm gonna make me I'm gonna make some shrimp pasta. And I may make one shrimp burger, bro, just for the hell of it, with some cheese on it. You understand me?
Burger, okay. All right.
Yeah, with some lemon juice and what else I put in there? Some honey. I did that. There we go. Boom. So I'm like, I got it in there marinating and everything. I'm about to slap that on some Hawaiian buns. Sweet, sweet buns. So I'm gonna make me a little shrimp burger just to see how it tastes, and then after that, it's on to the pasta. But listen, my Thanksgiving was good. I showed up at the Thanksgiving like I normally do by myself. I bought the jerk turkey. Keith, I don't know if you had jerk turkey, but shout out to the good people of Ja Grill. I went and
Nah,
got the jerk turkey from over there. The homie hooked it up. Everything turned out well. Took my Uber over to the family's house. Dropped the turkey off. They wasn't there, so I dropped it off at a neighbor house. Took care of that. Came back the next day. Had a good time with the family, man. Showed up like I normally do, solo dolo, or with my sister and my nephew. This time it was just me by myself, and everything worked out. The turkey was awesome. The yams was awesome. The dressing was awesome. I didn't get a lot of the vegetables with that macaroni and cheese that my cousin do. That was fire as well, man. I enjoyed it. How was yours, my brother?
mine's was straight. Real good actually. Family came through. My mom threw down actually. Put her foot in that motherfucker. I think I found some corn in that motherfucker somewhere. But nah, no, she actually, she did a good job. I actually pretty much had the same thing I said I was gonna have on my plate. The smoked, well not smoked, grilled smoked ham right off the grill. I'm tweaking. Grilled turkey.
That man said he had a grilled ham.
Yes.
Smoked, I understand. The
Yeah.
grilled, maybe.
Yeah, I never heard of it. Maybe might have to test that out one day, but no. Yeah, definitely smoked turkey, grilled turkey, ham with the
I did not
filet.
have any ham. I did. There was no fucking ham. I do not recall any ham.
Are
I
y'all
mean,
y'all are y'all going that way, huh? Y'all mess with the swine no more?
we
Y'all on there
we we Muslims
sipping
over
bean
here.
pies now?
We
Oh
Muslims. We
man.
Muslims over here, brother. We don't mess with that swine. Swine is not on our mind. There
Okay.
will be no pork on our fork. I'm lying because we love that shit, but I don't recall seeing it. All right, keep on going.
My bacon's smelling fine. Now, yeah,
Mm-mm.
red fish, blue fish. Now, good games. Packers beat the Detroit Lions. That's a weak ass team. No, but the fam came through. It wasn't. They didn't stay too long, which I'm actually cool. Like sometimes moms just be staying not too long, but it's just like I kind of want to lay down and chill. But Everybody's kind of kitchen in the front room talking. Um, had some macaroni, greens, sweet potato pie. My mom made 7 Up pound cake. Um,
Mm. Delicious,
it had the
delicious.
you know the sweet potatoes, jams, whatever. The dressing, the bum ass dressing, the weakest, the lowest of the totem pole of all
Why
Thanksgiving
is
food.
the dressing the weakest, bro? It depends
It,
on who
it, it,
make
it,
it.
it don't do nothing for me, and it's a bunch of bullshit put together. Honestly, like let's be real. But question: What's your
No, fuck you right now, because you talking about dressing is the weakest. Yo, I love a good
let's
dress.
rank the tiers
Listen,
of
we
let's rank
listen.
the tiers of Thanksgiving food, and I bet you dressing is gonna probably be at the bottom tier of your
Fuck
ranking.
all that. I love a good dressing. We not talking about stove top stuffing, brother. We are
I'm talking
talking
about
about dressing.
straight
That's the
from the
problem. Your
freezer.
mama be making your mama be
No,
making
no, no, no,
stove
no, no,
top
no. Don't
stuffing.
disrespect my OG until
Yo, your
you
mom
get
must be making stove top. Is that what's happening, Keith?
no.
Moms be over there making stove top stuffing, bro.
I'm saying like no. Y'all tried to question my blackness last time also.
Get his black, ladies and gentlemen, get his black card ready. We might have to tear this motherfucker up.
No. I don't. That nigga, I don't eat dressing, so I don't know what to call it, stuffing or dressing. But I don't care for neither
You
one
don't
of
know
them.
what to call it. I know to call it dressing.
But I know, no, I know it called it dressing, but like I don't care to remember like oh, it's stuffing or dressing. It's the same thing to me. But dressing, my OG been doing it for
It's
years.
not.
Like it just, and I'm talking about anybody's dressing. It could have been any of your people's dressing. It could be guys dressing. It could be
Man, you'd have had that
motherfucking.
dressing I had, man. You might have fucked that shit like it was an apple pie for American pie,
No,
boy. You might have been that motherfucker
I would have had, I would have did
like.
the paper plate upside down so you can't see
No,
out too much your way.
they would have kicked your
With
ass. We all would have kicked your ass,
I would have been,
boy.
I would have been fighting about the club like.
You would have got up out of there, boy. Throwing that dressing away. You got your mind, boy. You crazy.
No, but what's
Ladies and
your
gentlemen, when y'all get into the chat, do y'all where do you rank it? Because Keith just said it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So what are we
yeah?
doing? Over what? So we got dressing,
What's your
we
top?
got collard greens, we got macaroni, we got candied yams. We gotta throw another vegetable in there. We got string beans,
Green beans.
black eyed peas.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like my family, you probably do black eyed peas and okra together.
Okay.
All right. Now, what are we now? Are we gonna leave it at that? Are we gonna leave it at that?
Yeah, we got the meats in there as well, right?
No, no, no. Fuck that. We talking
Oh, we
about
talking about
that.
sides?
Yeah, because we ain't gonna get off into that. We ain't gonna get off into the
Okay.
meats. Because everybody gonna eat the meat first. You understand me? We
Now,
know everybody go for the meat.
it seems like every year, it's like more and more people keep saying they don't like turkey as much, or it's people that don't mess with pork, so they don't do ham.
Okay, I hear y'all. So the people who don't like certain type of meats, look, when we do Thanksgiving, there's gonna be a turkey, there's gonna be chicken, there's gonna be a ham. You understand? Pick one. But we not doing that. We just talking about them dishes on the side where you gotta have your vegetables and you gotta have your dressing. This nigga here is tripping.
Nah, nah.
You
I
know
think
what? As a matter of
it's
fact,
likely
now
that
that
I
I
think
think
that
about
might
it,
be on my
if it were up to me, not even if it were up to me, if it's me,
yeah.
I can go without dressing. I don't necessarily need dressing. I don't necessarily
That's
need.
all I'm saying.
You understand me? Like because it's just cornbread in an amalgamation of things that you just, or not cornbread, it's bread mixed up with another amalgamation of things that you like, and you doing what you're supposed to do with it. But I love my family's dressing, and it's pretty fucking good. It's delicious, by the way. So,
Good for them.
and it's just another starch, right? Because we got
Yeah,
candied
yeah.
yams, we got macaroni. You know what I mean? So we don't necessarily need that, but
Nah.
the way they prepare that with the motherfucking shrimp in it.
Yeah.
He's just a bum ass nigga though. You know he don't like eating food and shit.
I mean, I used to be a bad picky eater, but I've gotten better for
Yeah,
sure. But
yeah.
dressing is definitely one of those like, nah.
He's just a bum ass nigga, man.
Y'all just be overrated some shit. Just like shrimp, overrated, dressing, overrated. Some other thing that's overrated, but I ain't gonna go there. We can talk about that another time.
No,
But
we gonna stay on this. So, what did you have on your plate for Thanksgiving though? What was on your plate?
Macaroni, top tier, number one. Are we not? Are we denying that right now, or are you not?
Macaroni is trash. I bet your mom's macaroni, but that shit was terrible. I can see it in your face. Look at your face.
Nah. If you see the face, I be eating good, my boy. So,
Mm.
now I put my mom's macaroni up against anybody's. Like, I'm sorry, that's the one thing I will put up against. Like, anything else, like, I might give somebody else another chance if I tasted their stuff. But mom's was cooking on that one is good. Like macaroni fire. Um, greens. Let me some good greens. Um,
As we all do. Gotta love
or
some good
or like or
greens.
green beans. One of the others. Like I'm not
Facts
mad
plus
at
facts.
either one of them. Um, I like me a good let's see. I mean turkey ham's about the same, but we I guess we're not including that. What corn guy, like corn on the cob? I mean a
I
good
don't,
corn.
we not really big on corn over here in this family. Corn goes in the same way it come out, man.
True, that is true, but some nice little juicy little
Corn never breaks
yellow,
down. That's why you're not
yeah,
supposed
yellow
to eat it. We
bone.
known that since the 1000s or whatever, 1100s.
Yeah,
You can't fuck with no corn. We known that for the last 2000 years,
yeah,
3000. We don't really fuck with corn. That was given to us by motherfuckers who weren't really from where we was from, but that's
yeah,
how they had to trade at one point in time. So we took the corn, but we don't really fuck with the corn like that. They don't really do nothing for you. You know what I mean? It's just like,
yeah. It's just decoration, basically.
yeah, yeah. You know, it's not gonna do nothing. So yeah, so the family came over for you guys. So for me, I'll say this: the family came over. My cousin came over with like a couple swallows of Henny in a bottle. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, cuz you can't come over here like that. Everybody was having jokes on him and everything. Motherfucker came here with a couple swallows. Me and my cousin looked at each other like, yo, cuz, we gotta kill that bottle. He's like, yeah, like, get him out of here. Pack him up. I was like, no, we ain't gonna pack him up, cuz. We gonna get him together. So he's like, damn, I was on my own. I had a couple of drinks. A couple, nigga. Like, yeah, I devoured the whole fucking bottle. So what we told him was like, I told him, you get your shit together. Buy you a drink of water. We're gonna go to the store. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang.
That walk.
You go get you a bottle. I'm gonna go get me a bottle. So, ladies and gentlemen, I went and got the John Basil Reposado. All right. I'll say it again for everybody that's listening. All right. For Thanksgiving, I went and got the John Basil Reposado for the family. We had John Basil Reposado, and we had the Henny. I think he had VS. I'm not sure if it was VS or VSOP. I have no idea because I didn't even touch that. We went around the house. Everybody touched the bottle. They blessed the bottle, and then we poured up, and everybody had a drink. And then me and my cousin killed the rest of that bottle for the rest of the night. So,
Yeah.
John Basil, of course, is one of my favorite drinks of all time on the tequila side. It was a beautiful night. We had a really good time. Into those games, if we get into them. Matter of fact, kick it off, Keith. Go get right into those games because it was terrible seeing some of that shit happen the way it went
Actually,
down.
one more question before we get off the topic of Thanksgiving food. What's your take on how long you should be able to eat the leftovers? Like how many days or how long do you think it's like, all right, that's enough?
So that's a real conversation that you want to have right now. Okay, so if I'm being serious,
Yeah.
you should be able to eat that food for 2 to 3 days, maybe even four.
Hmm.
All right. The
Yeah.
only time you can eat that food after that is if you're able to freeze some of that shit, right?
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
got to be able to freeze the food. And if you're not going to freeze it, I would tell the people, if you're like me, you don't necessarily nuke the food in the microwave, but you put it into the oven on like 270 or 280 degrees and you just let it heat properly because when that heat hits it, it's heating all the food. And the microwave is nuking it, right? It's radio waves
Yeah.
finding the water inside the food and it's heating up the water in the
Yeah.
food, right? But if it's in the oven, it's the oven saying, "All right, here's all the heat, and we're gonna bring heat up around everything, and we're gonna heat up everything in this place, right?" So
Yeah.
there's a little bit of a difference when you're doing it microwave versus actual heat. So I prefer if I were going to have the food stay, which I've done before. Everything's going into the freezer, the turkey, everything. And then when I pull it out and I eat it, man. Turkey is still good if you do it the right way.
Yeah,
At 270, 280 degrees, the food comes out. You leave it in there long enough. If you're like me, you coming home from work, you set the microwave, right? 270, 280. You you change your clothes. If you're like me, when you come in, you hit the microwave, not the microwave, you hit the oven right away, right? You
yeah,
turn it on and you walk away, let it heat up. Once you put your clothes on, your evening clothes or whatever it is, you come back, take your food out and you put it in the microwave and you let it rock out. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah. I agree for the most part. Like, I'll tell you what I'll do. Like my
But if you got
personally,
also let me say that too. If you're pulling it out of the freezer, you should probably pull it out early in that day so it has time to just sit there and just thaw out,
yeah, oh
and
yeah,
all that ice and everything comes off of it, and you scoop it out of whatever container or Ziploc bag that you have. Go ahead.
yeah. For me, I like personally, I would do like, or just actually, I'm gonna do myself, but like what everyone else should just do. I feel like the legit, you should have the weekend, like the Thanksgiving weekend, to be able to eat all the leftovers you want from Thursday to Sunday. Personally, me, I do Thursday. I eat, the first day. I'll eat Friday leftover the next day. Then on Saturday, I actually switch up and do something else. I go to the restaurant or get
You
something
got
real
to.
quick.
You got to.
And then Sunday, I might come back and do the last of the leftovers. So just so kind of clear everything out, make sure throwaways. But usually, I'm not mad if you don't do it on Sunday. Like Sunday, like if you want to do something else or make something else, that's cool. But I think that weekend you get the grace of 4 days of like, all right, you get to enjoy all of this. Now, if you still eat it past Monday, past Sunday, like Monday or Tuesday, you should be locked up or you need to be going to the hospital right now just to make sure everything is okay for sanity or health related issues.
I understand that. However,
But I'm saying if you freeze some stuff, then cool. If you plan
not
on
even
getting
if
back,
you freeze it, because there has been times where I did not freeze the food and I left it in there for 3 or 4 days before I ate it.
yeah.
And I've eaten that food 4 days later.
But was you
Excuse me.
eating it every day consistently until then?
No, I
So
wasn't. No,
okay,
I
all
was
right. Then
not.
then
No,
that's
I was
understandable. Then
not.
if you take
No,
a
I
break
was
from it, like
not.
let's say you eat the Thursday and you don't eat it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you come back to it, that's cool.
No, I'm one of those guys that
All right.
plans certain things. So I'm eating my regular food and it bleeds over into the Thanksgiving, which is perfect for me because now I have more food. So there's less preparation into my food. So now I get to take time to make the next meal ahead of what I have going on because now I have Thanksgiving food. I've eaten Thanksgiving food the first day, which is when we eating it fresh, right?
Yeah.
Didn't bother it the next day because I had already prepped and made food. Not this time, but another time, which
Okay.
is true. And then after that, on that Sunday, I may have taken the Thanksgiving food and I ate it, and I didn't touch it for another day or two. I've eaten it 4, 5, 6 days later. It's not bad. It's just who made the food. If the food is that good, and now because we live in an age now where they're putting pesticides and all this stuff into
Yeah.
the food may be the shelf life of the food may be extended a little bit longer. All
Yeah.
right. So I heard different people all over social media say if you're eating a food past 3 days or 4 days or 5 days, if you had that food a week later, then you probably need to go to the hospital. That's not necessarily true. It just depends on who you are.
I think it's a joke when people say I think that's a legit joke.
It
But like,
is. It's a joke. It's a
yeah,
joke
but
because I'm one of them dudes that will have meat in the freezer. I mean, in a refrigerator. Shrimp, which I just took out a couple days ago, and it's been in there for a while. And I forgot about it, and I was supposed to make my shrimp pasta, and I took it out and I opened it up. It don't stink. You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on who you are. They only say that because they want you to use it in a certain amount of time. They want you to come back and shop some more.
okay. So we
So
coming back to
everybody has their own superstitions or their own beliefs in it, but as long as it doesn't smell really bad when you pull it out, and after your first day of having the food, and you don't have the BGs, ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, the BGs is the bubble guts, bubble guts. If you don't have that, then the food is still good and you can still eat it. For me, I do put stuff into the freezer. This time I didn't because I ate it by Monday. That food was gone. I didn't make a really big, huge plate like I normally do. I made a decent enough amount of food because I didn't really want, because I got to get rid of some of this gut. So I didn't really take a bunch of food home. But if you like me, you're a person that I love the jerk turkey that we had. I'm big on yams and I'm big on with the family's macaroni. My cousin really throws down on macaroni and yams and everything. So, but I didn't take a lot of that because for those who already know or don't know, when you're at your family's house for Thanksgiving or any other time that you guys get together, when you guys commune together and you guys are fellowshipping with each other or you become convivial. Here's the thing. A lot of those items that we're eating are starch. That's the things that give you the itis. So when you sitting there and you get sleepy, you go, "Ooh, I need to lay down. I need to sit down." That's the starch. That's the potatoes. That's the dressing. That's the macaroni. That's starch. A vegetable will go, no, you're gonna eat this and we're gonna separate and we're gonna get into your system. We're gonna give you all the nutrition that you need, and you can go do whatever you need to without being heavy. But we've been eating starch because of certain things that, and I ain't about to go all into that, but
Right.
that's just a starch of it all. But I love a good
Starch of
turkey.
it all.
Yeah, that's the starch of it all. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's the starch of it all. But that just comes from eating a lot of heavy starch and not knowing what it is that we put into our system. And we have to be careful of that because it leads into other things that causes more dis-ease or disease in our body. Boom. I'm done.
All right. So now to the Thursday games, the Thanksgiving games,
Man,
which
fuck
all
these old weak ass, puss ass, hoe ass games. I ain't like this shit. Go ahead, Keith. My fault. I got a little emotional. My fault, bro.
I'm sorry for screaming, my bad, y'all. No, I mean Packers beat the Lions. It's crazy, Lions was I ain't gonna say this the end of their run, but like, they was high for 2, 3 years. Now who knows? They might be going back to the old Detroit Lions. Now it just they caught some bad breaks. Amar uh, St. Brown, Ross St. Brown got hurt, but the bitch ass Packers ended up winning 31-24.
These old pussy ass Packers, boy. We got to pay attention to them, man.
Oh yeah, no, they got our attention because they expected to win the division, but we got there now. But we gonna get to that later. But semi decent game. It wasn't nothing too crazy, but you could tell that Detroit. I don't know. Maybe Ben Johnson was like a key to their success with the offense and stuff.
100%, bro. We know that.
But the defense, kind of been off and on good. It could play really good one week and next week it's like, you can get scored on. But saw a game with that. Actually, I saw a good game to start off the first game. That's when I was like, all right, I'm waiting on the food. Like it's early still. I get through this game no problem. Chiefs Cowboys. This is one of those toss-up games I didn't really know where to go. I was saying the Chiefs really couldn't afford to lose this game, but Dallas Cowboys is playing balling right now on offense and defense, like one of the hottest teams the last 3 weeks. Actually, they're the first, not first team, but they actually beat the last two Super Bowl champions. They beat the Chiefs on Thanksgiving and beat the Eagles last Sunday. So they got a nice little couple wins.
Let's talk about that because I remember when we picked, I chose the Chiefs to win that game.
Mhm.
But I knew rolling into that game, that was a momentum. Remember, we talked about that. We said
Yeah.
that was a momentum builder. They just beat Philadelphia. So this may be one of those games where coming off of that game, they will be confident. And if they're confident coming off of that game, they will roll into Philadelphia, which is what we didn't want, right? We
Mhm.
said that we didn't want them coming in confident because the next team that they would end up facing would end up being the Bears or something like that, right?
But hey,
We didn't want that. These sons of bitches, these bitch ass Cowboys, I'm sorry, I have a foul mouth. They beat the dog on Chiefs. That's not what I wanted, lazy. I didn't bet. I'm not one of those guys that bet on the game, but it was just sad to see. I sat there with my cousins. They was like, "Yeah, it looked like you guys getting the brakes beat off them." I was like, "Yeah, royally, royally." You know what I mean? Like they taking the ass whooping on this one. Uh, and there was nothing they could do. It wasn't much of a game. It seems like since Quentin Williams has arrived in Dallas, he's been a great addition to that defense, and the offense has just continued to do what they've been doing normally. So it seems like it's been working out just well for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, they're playing good at the right time, and I think their schedule is looking somewhat decent where they actually, if they really want to, they can go on the next, what I think, next 5 games, 5-0 or something like that to be in the playoffs. But they have to pretty much win out like that. That's the way to go out. Like unless Philly lose some more games where they can actually take the division, so they like a game and a half behind. But Dallas, man, like I remember in the beginning of the season, those first 3 weeks, especially after the Bears beat them, they were like, "This is the worst defense," which at the time they was between them and the Bengals, the worst defenses. But I told people like with Matt Eberflus defense, like I learned from the Bears, like it's gonna take them like a year for, or like not a full year, but like at least the season, like it's gonna wait to like get to about week 10 to 12, 13, where the team got to buy in. So like if they don't believe in the hit system and all that he
Hmm.
had, like this whole
Hmm.
thing, you're gonna think it's goofy, but like until you start to see the result, like, oh, it's actually not a bad defense. You just gotta, just take the players a few minutes, a few games to really buy in. Because that's what happened to us. Like his defense wasn't like that until probably middle to end of the season, and we started to see like, oh, it could be somewhat decent with this,
Yeah.
and then get some, other key players in there to help out, make us better.
Word.
But Dallas Cowboys, man, good win. Chiefs,
It's looking rough, man. It's looking rough for that last run toward the end of the season, going into the playoffs.
like, do you think like if let's say they don't make the playoffs this year, if they don't, you think they're blowing it up as far as like getting rid of some key guys, or like I mean,
Even
you
if you get it
definitely
rid, so okay,
definitely
let's.
keep it pat for sure though.
So if we speaking on that, even if they don't make the playoffs or win the Super Bowl this year, isn't it about time that they have a little bit of a, a
Retool,
refresher?
yeah,
Yeah, a retooling of the
yeah,
system and the players and everybody around it. Isn't it about time that they sit down and go, "Hey, this guy works, these guys don't. We need to retool and make sure that these guys fit or these guys don't fit." And you go back and you redo the whole goddamn thing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just their time. Patrick Mahomes has what, three Super Bowls or is it four?
three
It's three Super Bowls. So
wins,
you won three Super Bowls in 4 years at the head of your or at the point where you guys were good. And it's not saying you can't win no more. It's just to say that these guys that we're currently working on don't fit what I am trying to do or what the team or what Andy Reid is really trying to do. So because they don't fit, we need to turn around and redo everything that we have going on and make sure that the next group of guys fit what we have going on and that their mind is focused on winning and winning the way that we want to win in the way that we've been winning. So there's nothing wrong with them having a down season.
nah,
There's nothing wrong with that. Listen, for everybody that don't know, when Michael Jordan was winning, people wanted him to lose. All right. When the Yankees were winning, there were people who wanted them to lose. When the
yeah,
Dodgers win, people wanted them to lose. When the Lakers won, people wanted them to lose. That's the way the shit goes. People just going to want you to lose uh, while you're at the top of your game because they hate to see you winning all the fucking time. They hate it. So whether they make the playoffs or not, it still doesn't say that these guys are like Patrick Mahomes is a bad quarterback. It just means that it was just time for him to take a step back and be the guy who watches another team win. So that's all I see. But we'll see what happens. These are some games that they can win coming up. You know,
yeah.
it's not far too far gone that they can't win these games. It's just that they're gonna have to push a little bit harder to get into that race.
True. No, I think it's like because they went so deep in the playoffs each year in the last like 6, 7 years, like they've been to the conference finals or some type of like deep playoff run. It's probably catching up to them body wise to some of the older players too, and like they're going to definitely get younger in some spots. But it depends on what key also free agents that want to come in and probably upload that offense and defense a little bit more. I'm
That's
sure
all.
there's gonna be some players that's gonna want to come play. I would think, right, want to come play
Hell
for
yeah.
them.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
So,
why
but
wouldn't you
they
want to
always
go
kind
play?
of catch.
Why wouldn't you want to go over there and play with those guys or play with Pat? Play with Kelsey. Why wouldn't you want to play with those guys?
I don't know. I
Unless
wouldn't.
there's a report that we haven't heard that, people are saying, yo, Pat is one of the worst people to work with. He's
No, yeah,
terrible.
true. But it just seemed like they always kind of get like players towards the tail end of their career, or like unproven guy that they kind like Pat kind of make it. I ain't gonna say make a star, but like he make them something for that postseason. But kind of
When you
like
say
LeBron,
that,
like not,
do we look at like guys like Hollywood Brown as one of those guys? Do we look at what's the other guy's name?
he was a.
Do we look at Isaiah? Not Isaiah. Do we look at Xavier Worthy as another guy who's like unproven and hasn't really proven himself, and there were high hopes for those guys? Is that what you're saying, or are you saying something different?
I'll say like not specifically for those guys specifically, but like I mean like if there he's his second year, so like he's young, so I expect him to like to grow into what he is. He's fast guy, but he got to learn how to control his speed and like use it to his advantage in the route running and like just throughout the football field. But he got hurt this year by his own teammates, so he took him out a little bit. He could have probably a great start to the season had he not got hurt. Hollywood Brown, he is one of those players that he just never really became the guy that you thought he was gonna be. I think he ended up getting hurt somewhere though. Him between him and like a couple of what's this other dude that kind of got into trouble. I think with like not almost like locked up or like
Yeah, the guy who was in a car accident, or whatever, and almost drove off or did drive off.
right, yeah,
Right? Is that
right.
Rashid Rice?
He had something else. I don't think he had that though.
Okay,
But the guy, right, Henry Ruggs is the one that like actually drove drunkenly and had someone got you know
okay.
unfortunately killed and all that stuff. But Hollywood, I think he had went through something like he just never found his footing like with that. Like he was supposed to take over, be the next speedster, but just never did. But he got a solid career with Kansas City though. Like they make use of him. Um, There's one player that I just never really like on that team that I just never really liked him too much, or like I ain't see nothing in him that to be like he would be a great like number one receiver was Juju Smith Schuster. Like he was cold next to Antonio Brown, but I think it was because he was next to Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown got a lot of looks, a lot of defenders on him, trying to shut him down more than Juju. I would have thought like he would have probably been able to take off with them, but he more worried about dancing and TikToks and stuff than
I guess so because he was also a Packers player too, but he hasn't turned out to be much to be as useful as everyone thought he would be playing with the Chiefs. Everyone was expecting him to blossom with the. Was that with the Chiefs? Was it the Packers he was with, or was that with the Ravens that he was with?
he
Do I
was.
got it wrong?
I think the Ravens definitely part is not right.
Okay,
He was with the
okay.
Steelers. I think he went somewhere else. I can't remember where before he went to Kansas City. Did he go straight to Kansas City? I didn't look that up, but Juju, he just I don't know. I was never really fond of him as a receiver. Like he had some couple good games, but that's about it.
All right, we gonna look him up. We gonna look him up. Hold on. Let's look you up, John Sherman.
JJ the Juice Man.
Hey, make sure you mute that TV, brother. Make sure you mute that TV. All right. 2017, 2014, you was with the Trojans. That's USC. All right. 2017, you was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then you went in 2022 with the Kansas City Chiefs. And then 2023 with the New England Patriots. And now
Oh yeah,
you're back with the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay. All
right.
right. Okay. I had it wrong. It was one of those AFC teams, though. I knew it was that.
Yeah, I knew he went to somewhere else besides the Chiefs and the Steelers. I just couldn't remember what
Six
exactly.
one, 215 pounds. Okay, brother. You got to ball out, man. You're in the prime of your life, in the prime of your career. Not the prime of your life, but the prime of your career. I'm quite sure they want you to ball out at some point.
Yeah, I think that's shit, how old is he now? Yeah.
29.
Oh, that's still. That's
That's it.
good.
That's his prime. He
Yeah.
in his prime. He got to ride that bitch out.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna get any better than that.
Yeah.
But more power to you, brother. I'm not hating on that. I'm just saying,
No
like,
one is hating. We do
from
not
what I
hate.
from what
We
I've
do not
seen
hate.
on tape, it's not really. You all right. You were a good 3, 4 wide receiver, but I guess upset of the day, or a win that nobody really expected. The Cincinnati Bengals beat the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, only reason I thought they had a chance is because they got Joe Burrow back, and Joe Burrow came back slinging that thing. Took him a little like first half to really get shake the rust off, but
But wait, wait, wait. Hold your thought. Hold your thought about that game. All right. You got it?
yeah,
Okay. So let me see. Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice was suspended for the first 6 games of the 2025 season for his involvement in a high-speed car crash in March 2024. He has
yeah.
since returned to play with his first game back being in late October 2025. All right. Reason for suspension. The suspension was a result of a high-speed multi-car crash in March 2024 that Rice was involved in. Legal consequences. Rice pleaded guilty to two third-degree felony charges and was sentenced to 30 days in jail and 5 years of probation. He was also required to pay over $115,000 in restitution to the victims. All right. So there we have it with that. So not just Ruggs or whoever it was, but it was Rashee Rice because I remember him being pulled over. But go back to that Cincinnati Bengals weak ass game with the Baltimore Ravens weak ass game because you already know who I'm going for. But that goddamn Joe Burrow showed up and he delivered, man. That
Yeah.
motherfucking Burrow, bro.
So not only that, this is the best game you ever seen the Cincinnati Bengals defense. They had 5 turnovers on the Ravens. Like this is the worst defense in all of NFL, and had their best game against a division rival and a team they literally chasing to be in the playoffs. Because they got 8 wins, 8 losses actually, 4-8. They literally have to win out because you can go what 9-8? Was that 17 games? Yeah, 17
Hmm.
games. So and you better hope that somebody start losing even more. But yeah, man. So I don't know what's going on with Lamar, my boy, big trust. But we need you to snap out. I mean, unless you're not fully healthy, then I don't
It
know,
looked like
dog.
he's playing hurt, bro. Like the way he's moving, the way these guys are able to get to him and slide to him, it looks like there's some below the waist, below the torso injuries that he's dealing with. And it's not allowing him to be as active and as mobile as we know Lamar Jackson to be. I don't know what those injuries are. I can't speak on it. I can't say because I'm not like no industry insider, so I can't speak on that type of stuff. But it looks like he's out there putting up the best effort that he can, but he's hurt. That's what I'll say.
I agree with that. Like it's just some. I don't know. It's just I was saying it's been 3, 4 games now, so I'll say the rush should be off. So like, yeah, I don't think I think he probably maybe rush himself back maybe a little bit or something like it's probably like a little kink in that he just don't feel all the way right. And just I think haven't had no throwing touchdowns in the last 2, 3 games, like
Yikes.
or running. So it's like yeah, something ain't right there.
And last time I checked his stats, he was only at like 1,600 yards throwing for the year. Something is off, brother.
I
We
think
we are well past the midpoint of the season, and to only have like 1,600 yards throwing is something isn't right.
yeah. So I mean, tough loss for them. Defense,
But they whooped their ass though. They put belt to
yeah,
ass in that game, bro.
yeah, we did.
Burrow just came out like he had never left. Like he was just literally clicking up
Yeah,
with hit was it Higgins and Jamar Chase. Like I
yeah.
was like, what the fuck, bro? Like they're just like on point. Like they nothing ever happened to them, bro.
Nope. And just imagine if he would just stay healthy. They started off 2-0 with him, and then the Mars just went on a pretty much an 8 game, not 8 game losing streak, but like 7 out of 8. After that, only won 2 more games since then, or one more with him included. But hey, congrats to the Cincinnati Bengals on winning that game. I don't know if that's I mean, you just gotta hope the Ravens lose again. The next, actually, they play the. I think they play the Bengals again. Did they play the Bengals again? I think they played the Bengals one more time. So they play another team, then the Bengals. So unless the Ravens lose that game and then they beat the Bengals and beat the Ravens again, that's the only way I see them getting a chance to even sniff the playoffs. But they're not eliminated yet. So and the Steelers, trash too. It seems like
So
everybody.
yes, they do play them. They play them again on the 14th, Sunday. It's a noon game, afternoon game.
So not this Sunday, so next Sunday. Okay, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
literally in the week. So
Yes.
Ravens, man, y'all gotta step y'all game up,
They got to
man.
set the game up, but if we looking at their schedule, just so everybody is aware of the schedule, I know y'all probably don't care. Y'all like, man, come on, man. This ain't even the Bears. This ain't nobody we care about.
We getting
Fuck their
there.
schedule. But we gonna get there. Listen, it's Bengals Bills coming up on the weekend, and then it's Ravens Bengals in 2 weeks or a week or whatever. Then you got on the 21st, it's Bengals Dolphins, which we know that they can win that game. Then it'll be Cardinals Bengals, which we know they can win that game. And then it'll be Browns Bengals, which we know they can win that game. So they are in the hunt. They'll be there. We just see how it all turns out. Back to you, Keith.
Yeah. So that's it on the and that was one of the things like I ain't to worry about like, nobody pissing me off, the Bears and pissing me off or, upsetting me or, getting me too hyped. But the next day though, on Black Friday, man.
Woo! Let's cook. Let's cook for that blue and orange.
Bear
Come
down,
on.
Chicago Bears. No, I swear. But man, Chicago, the Bears winning the Philadelphia, a tough place to play against the defending champs. Let's point that out. Also,
Woo.
it's number one in the conference at 8-3. Came in they crib, took all they snacks,
Man,
all they
took all
food,
they Thanksgiving food, ate the
like
motherfucking
snatched it.
pecan pie. We ate the
Ate,
sweet potato pie, even the one that had raisins in it.
man,
And we
cleared the
ain't,
whole table.
and the only thing we left behind when we was done, well, when they was done eating, because y'all know how I am about the Bears. Only thing that was left behind when they was done eating was that potato salad with the raisins in it. That was the only thing that was left when they was done, man. They took y'all food, took y'all cookies, took y'all Debbie, little Debbie hostess cakes, all that. Everything was gone when they was done with y'all, man.
Kids are sad, Probably even took your girl too. Why you waiting
Probably
while you
got
was
you,
over there?
man. Cause you look, if you from Chicago, hey, it's a city of players, man. You probably got your girl took too. You know, understand me?
That's the way they was crying.
And we ain't gonna keep her because we know, boning her is like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. So we ain't, we she's just a fun time. She was a good girl for a fun time. And we gonna keep on moving. Back to you, Keith.
No, yeah, it was a good win though. Like that was a statement win for the last 5, 6 weeks. All we kept hearing was, "Who has the Bears played? Who they have the weakest schedule up until this point? Who have they beaten? They're getting by on these last second wins. They can't keep this ain't sustainable. You can't keep doing this. Blah blah blah. Like bro, like that's the thing is like what it is the difference. Like last year, we was losing these games, these 1 point, these one score games, in the worst ways possible. So we actually figured it out. We ended up getting a coach that actually know how to scheme, bro. Bro, this is the offense. I'm for the cry,
Go
bro.
ahead,
This
man. Let
this
some tears
offense,
out. Let some tears
like
out.
this is what I was been waiting for. Like as far as like finding an offensive coach that can scheme up stuff to where like use the blocking and your players and disguise it. Like bro, this man used the same formation for two different plays and they fell for it. It's just a lot of things that I was expecting out of Matt Nagy when they brought him in. Mark Tressett,
His name just didn't sit right with me, man. I was just like, I don't know about a guy
Matt
named Matt
Nagy.
Nagy. You got my name, and then your last name is Nagy. I
That's
don't
starting
know,
from
man.
Nag and Nash.
Yeah, it just a little fucked up, bro.
But no, just we bullied them though. Like offensively on our offensive line is one of the top 3, 5 offensive lines in the league. Push their defensive line, which is not they no joke. Like they one of the best defensive lines up until that point, like until this week that we showed. Like we was pushing them back. Jalen Carr, the guy who the Bears they said that he should have drafted originally, but we ended up letting. I think we either traded back or we let yeah, we pretty much traded back one spot to give it to Philly so they can get Jalen Carter, and we ended up getting Darnell Wright, who is looking like one of the best offensive right tackles in the league right now.
Keith, stop being nice, man. We bullied these motherfuckers, man. We ran for over 200 yards on these hoes, man.
I mean, good call back. I was just trying to be respectful, humble right now. I was gonna get to popping my stuff, but
It was like we was
anyway,
in Viagra Triangle, man. Motherfuckers just tricking off. We had hoes coming up and down the block for 200 yards on these hoes, man. Stop lying, man.
nah,
We
yeah,
ran these bitches out about the goddamn
out
stadium,
out the
man.
link, yeah, we
Come
smacked them.
on, man.
I ain't gonna lie, like
Come on, man.
both our
Tell
running
them.
backs had 100 yards rushing each. I think they both had a touchdown. Did I swear that? Swear? But anyway, Mananga had a touchdown, man. But one of the best things was actually later in the game when we was up. I think it was we up 17-9. That my Caleb Williams, fake handoff to the running back, rolled out to the left. What in the time being, I thought it was going to be like he needed to throw it to DeAndre Swift, which was the first option according to Ben Johnson, to get the first down, keep the time ticking, so they can take time off the clock, so they don't have too much time to come back and score multiple times. But instead of throwing to DeAndre Swift, his first option, that man looked down the field, saw Cole Kmet wide going past the safeties. Flinged it. This is where you learn how to put touch on the ball. Like this is the best touch I've seen him put kind of maybe all year. Spinning around through that thing about 30, 40 yards. Great touch. Cole commit touchdown. That was the backbreaker. I knew after that, I was like, all right, unless we do some wild stuff where we lost the way we used to lose, like on some
Mhm.
lucky stuff. Came
Mhm.
back, ended up winning 24-15, smacked them at their crib.
At their crib.
Mongs mad.
And left
mad
with your girl.
and left with your girl.
And left with your girl.
Took your bitch, rolled her down, no condom, no Vaseline, nothing.
And that money that you had tucked away that you ain't think she knew about, she gave it to us before we left, dog.
Matter of
She gave
fact,
that little, she gave us that
she
bread
set
before we
you
left.
up. She gave
It was a whole
all the
setup the whole
information.
time. It was a
But
whole
no,
set. It was a setup the whole time.
and the thing is, like, they kept saying our defense was like, we only good at takeaways, but like, which we did. That's the thing they kept saying, like, we great at takeaways, but Philly is the team with the least amount of turnovers. Like Jalen Ramsey, not Jalen
Well,
Hurts.
bitch, we got y'all giving up turnovers.
It's,
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. I don't even know why I'm so happy about this shit right
and
now,
our
man.
defense like kind of shut them down. They really couldn't get scoring until about the second half. Like get it cracking. So hey man, like Bears are for real, man. Like it's so many people like now, like everybody on that dick. Everybody they on my body. Like they literally like all the sports networks, the people that literally left me was like the Bears is gonna lose. They ain't real. They phony, fake. Even Akeem Talib, the cornerback for the Denver Broncos, for the last few weeks, he was hating on us. He was saying we weren't real. This man on the arena gridiron was like, "I'm sorry, Chicago, y'all not trash. This is real deal. Y'all for real. Ben Johnson, this, that, and the third. Like apology accepted. We ain't on your ass no more. But
It's just a
hey,
matter of time of it clicking and coming together. Aqib Talib, I still have questions about these Bears and the way this is going. But if there can be some consistency at the quarterback spot and we can find out if he's really that guy, because we ain't seen nothing but average play from him. Let me just say that. And we all know that. Like, we got to stop acting like this dude is like doing above average shit. Like, his play is just is basic. Like, it's average play. If we can start seeing that 70%,
so can we stop that 70% stuff? Because
that
not even
60, we gotta say some 60 or 70% where he connecting, he doing some shit.
yeah,
Then we
it's
gonna
only
know. And I don't expect that from him until the end of the season, which is where we headed, or next season when he's had a full year under his belt with Ben Johnson. They can go over this stuff and get the stuff down packed. But
yeah,
I'm
like
gonna, I'm
this.
gonna give it back to you because I get excited and start saying stupid shit.
No, no, no. That's the thing. Like we haven't even played our best ball offensively yet, so it's like kind of like you still got to still haven't seen the best of our offense to go. So like,
Hmm.
but the thing is, the last few games, if you watch, like who was it that they shut down our run? But Caleb balled out and threw it. He threw over 200, like 30 yards, two, three, yeah, 4 touchdowns against the Steelers. Like three touchdowns, about 200 yards, 20. Like when somebody try to shut down the offense or run a game, or at least slow it down a little bit, that's when he ball out.
Hmm.
But if our running game going, we don't need him to do all that throwing. So yeah, just now the last game, that win in Philly was crazy. Like I saw a couple throws from Jalen and Caleb where it was like, was it that bad of a throw or was it the win? And you could tell it was like the wind out there was crazy. The weather was crazy. It was
I
cold.
don't know. I don't know. It's cold out there the same way it's cold here. So he knew what that shit felt like while he was out there. But you
Yeah,
know,
that's what I'm saying. But both players, you could it was a couple throws I saw like that should have been an easy throw, but you saw the velocity of the throw, and then how to just win just took it. When the wind take it on its own and make it change his mind, that's tough to throw in. But Ben was smart enough to like, hey, scheme up these tight ends, these running backs, make them look like they from the go across motion pass. They come to block, and so that was some of the best blocking I've seen all year. O line, hey, salute to y'all. We we finally got an offensive line.
go ahead, get your tears out, man. Get your tears out. Let it out.
We literally been like negating that for the last like 10, 15 years. Like we always have like when we had Jay Cutler, Matt Forte, Martellus Bennett, Alshon, and Brendan Marshall. Just those, receivers, running backs, and tight end. That's a playoff type team. But our line was trash. Like they didn't invest in the line too much, and then like we kept trying to skip corners, kept trying to be cheap with it, and like get plug in players that was like either past their prime or somebody that was up and coming that may have like one or two good games, but never really blossomed into anything. So for Ryan Post, hey, thank you for actually investing in the offensive line because we actually got one. Now this year. Let's get that D line right. Like even though they playing solid enough to keep us in these games, we can win. Let's get some monsters on that other side so we be the real monsters in Midway again. And then hey man, bear down, man. We got the Green Bay Packers this Sunday. Huge game in Lambeau. It was originally a noon game. They did like this is gonna be so good. They flexed it to 325 game of the week. Fox. Bear down. Packers.
Bear down. When we come to your town, bear down. When
Hey.
we come to your town, bear down. Cause I ain't a hater that like you. Bear down. To a side that's greater than you. Bear down.
But no, yeah, that was a big
Video
win.
coming soon. Yeah, bitch you.
Big win, 9-3. Rest of the games on the weekend. Uh,
Yo, keep on
Carolina.
talking, but the Rams. Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God,
was
that was
saying, yeah.
crazy. Go ahead, do what you
Rams,
gotta do.
the Rams versus Carolina Panthers. Hey, everybody swear up and down they thought the Rams was gonna win that game. I
Shut
did
up.
too.
Shut up. Cause
But
my feelings are still hurt by that shit. Old bitch
Car-
ass. Old bitch ass Matt Stafford. And I don't mean it for real Matt Stafford, but your old puss ass.
he took uncharacteristic two interceptions in that
No,
game. But
that's typically him. Like, dude does that. Like he'll
yeah,
do that.
but it's
Like
just like
he'll be having a good game and it'll
yeah,
be one.
he'll throw that one like But no, like Carolina, they always like they. If anything, they got a good defense and they have a good running game. So I knew that. So and that's kind of the Bears. Like that's gonna travel. Good
Not to
defense.
mention that I just found out this weekend from watching Carolina, they have three receivers that are 6'3" apiece. So this is destined for what's the young man's name?
Right.
Bryce Young to put this together and make something out of what he has for him being 5'9", 5'10", 5'11". So
Yeah.
it's destined for him to be able to see those guys out there and make some better plays on the ball. But I'm gonna let you continue. Matter
No.
of fact, can we pause real quick?
Yeah.
So what I remember saying is that it was Rams, Panthers. The receivers are all 6'3". So what do you remember?
That looked like that was one of the better games on Sunday. Like it's like a back and forth game.
Okay.
Uh, I don't know. It must have been just a bad day at the office for LA Rams. I think it's Panthers. They beat some good teams this year. and they
Yeah,
they they would beat some really good teams, but they'll follow it up with a dud the next week. So it's like they might be one of those teams that's like a year away from really being good as they want to be,
that's
but
all.
they still got a chance to make the playoffs because of they in the NFC South, and they that division kind of ass. So they got but Tampa Bay is right in front of them with like a front of one game. So
Which ain't saying much. That ain't saying much.
nah, but
But
like
especially when you got like
they can make the playoffs this
Arizona.
year. Like the Bears and Panthers might be a year ahead in what everybody expected. But Panthers are just they're in between there now. They don't know if they want to be good. They don't know if they want to be bad.
Hmm.
But I'm
Hmm.
I'm actually like happy for Bryce Young because I thought it was gonna get ugly for him. So I was like, he
I
might
did
not
too. I thought
be.
he was gonna be like a laughing stock after a while. That's what I
Yeah, so
thought.
happy for him. And like I mean, we fleeced them in that trade, but like we kind of did. But like for them to be right there with us in the timeline, they may not have got fleeced. And maybe they got what they needed. It's just they got to build around them a little bit better.
That's all.
But great game. That was really only. I ain't gonna say the only good game because there was a couple of good games, but a couple of disappointments in like the Seahawks and Vikings game. Trash. Seahawks won 26-0, but the backup quarterback, this man threw one of the worst picks I ever seen in my life. Did you see that? That man was running out the pocket, trying to like make something out of nothing. And that man I thought Jordan Love threw a terrible like pick before, but like he threw that man pick. I think it became a pick six the other way. So it was like the one of the worst interceptions of all time for a backup. Oh shit, shit.
Keep it talking. Keep talking.
But no, man, that was a bad game. Bills beat the mess out of the Steelers. I was hoping that'd be a better game than I
I was
expected.
hoping that would be a good game. And it's crazy that you just glossed over the Seahawks and the Vikings because of how bad it was. And because we had to call that game ass.
Oh yeah, it was definitely the ass game of the
That
year.
was a booty. That was a cheek clapper right there. We have to say that. That is a cheek clapper. We have to announce the clappers. We have to announce the ass games, the bowl of ass.
True, I
That
like
was
that.
a lot of that was a lot of activity in that game. And we have to announce that. That game was terrible because we wasn't expecting that.
Nah, yeah.
JJ McCarthy was it JJ McCarthy? He goes down.
Yeah, he's hurt, yeah, but yeah,
He
he
was
came
or he
back.
was hurt, right? And then Brosmer, never heard of this guy, the Bro Smur. Like he comes in and
He got the start though. Like JJ was hurt before the game, so but Brosmer got the start. Like so he started the game ass and he finished the game
you
ass.
stunk it up. So anyway, moving along. What was the next game?
And we got I said I was talking about the Bills and Steelers game. That was more of a letdown than I was
That was
hoping.
a letdown. But the quarterback that they spent so much time courting and kissing ass for and brown nosing, he ends up getting hurt. So here's my thing, and I want to say this about that signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like we know that this guy's gonna go down as an all-time great. He's one of the best quarterbacks ever, one of the best mobile quarterbacks or best quarter throwers of the football ever, right? We know that. But coming off a season where you played for the Jets and you didn't do much to contribute to the team, even though you had Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, you had Lazard, and you also had Devontae Adams. You really didn't do much. You didn't show people how effective you could be with all the weapons that you needed to succeed on a team. You
Right.
didn't show us what you had. So the fact that you were able to string along another team in the Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't know if you strung them, if you were able to string them along, if they were just that desperate for a quarterback, which they didn't need to. They could have just signed Justin Fields and groomed him the way that they needed to. I'm big on Justin Fields. I don't know why. I'm just big on Justin Fields. I think there's something there that no one's tapping into. I think there's some untapped talent and potential that no one is is looking into, and maybe it's because he doesn't know the game that well. Maybe it's because he doesn't know how to read the field that well. He can't read a playbook that well. Maybe it's that. But you also had Russell Wilson sitting over there. So you guys took the time out to look at those guys and say, we'll just go get Aaron Rodgers, who's 40 years old. And nothing has come about it. And then he goes out there and he lays another stinker. And then he gets hurt. Not only that, but you can't say he just lays a stinker, but he gets hurt in the process. But go ahead, do your thing. Talk.
No, yeah, fuck Aaron Rodgers. No, it's that's tough. Like
That too. That too.
that took away from the game. Is just he breaking his nose. Not breaking it, just had a bad. But like I didn't like the way the whole how he came about on that team anyway. Like even though he kind of did get got done bogus by the Jets by like instead of just calling the phone like hey we ain't bringing you back, had that man fly all the way to New York, private jet, just to tell him hey we not bringing you back. Like bro, you could have I could have stayed at home for this. But I didn't like the whole approach. Like it took a minute for the Steelers to sign him. Like it took a he took his time. I guess
He
supposedly.
took his time. There it is. Say what it is, man. He took his time signing that contract.
Yeah, so
You
like it
know?
was one of those like you miss valuable time with with your team to learn them and like get some rapport and chemistry and like with especially with the receivers and all that. But they also it's this is one of those situations where the Steelers like I've heard they make some of the best decisions. No, I think it's Ravens. Them and the Ravens make like they don't make too many dumb decisions on like free in the front office
Personnel.
wise and like signings and stuff. But like they kind of did some dumb things. They let George Pickens go to the
Woof.
Dallas.
And you see what he doing in Dallas.
Man, they was trying to make him like he was a high head, like a YN, like he had attitude issues.
We
You
talked
know,
about that before, but it ain't usually in the motherfucker just being a hothead.
for no
He just
reason.
seeing things a different way that you're seeing it. He doesn't know how to translate that shit, but he really want to win. I want the motherfucking ball. I
Exactly.
want to play, and I want motherfuckers to let me loose so I can show people why I work out so fucking hard to be here. Let me loose, man. Show me what the fuck I need to do and get the fuck out my way. And they ain't
Yeah.
do that there. So he went over to Dallas and he balled the fuck out.
'Cause I thought like, hey, if you keep him and DK Metcalf, then you cooking with something.
Fam, you had DK Metcalf on one side, who's a big motherfucker. He's a truck. And then you had him on the other, and y'all couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, so that was a bet like from the start. Like, okay, that's if you let him go wide, that you taking away from what you had. 'Cause you brought in Jalen Ramsey as well. So I'm like, I'm think y'all really trying to build a contender, like a championship team. And then you bring Aaron Rodgers to the the last minutes. And I just knew I was like, I thought Mike Tomlin would actually figure it out with the team, but like, and they have the think they have the most money spent on defense in the NFL. Like
Mm.
they everybody's paid on that side, so it's like, and what's going on? Like maybe Tomlin's losing his connectivity to the team, or like this message not getting to him like they used to. Or maybe you just got an old ass quarterback trying to run an offense that's also ass too. Like the offense not that hasn't been great showing from what I've seen. Like you got DK Metcalf and some games I don't really hear too much from him besides like
My
football.
only other issue with that is Tomlin involved in the decision making for the team? Do they come to him and talk to him about what he needs and how to make the
Hmm.
team better? Or is he just there to coach whatever product they give him? Because if you just there to coach whatever product they're giving you, then I'm just gonna do my job and I'm going along with it to make what he say? I'm just here so I don't get fined. You know what I'm saying? Like is it that situation? Or do they empower you to say, hey, we want your input on how this is gonna go because we want to make sure that we have the right players. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I would hope by now, like he's been with them for 10, 15 years and never. He's always been to the playoffs, so like I would hope he has some type of input or like at least suggestions or what he would need for his team to go. But I don't know. I think the team is getting a little older. They are a little older, like
They are.
probably one of the more older teams in the league. So that's probably
Hmm.
catching up to them. And then you just got a quarterback that's he good, but like he ain't what he used to be. Like now, back to your original thing is like Tom Brady the GOAT, and I was gonna say like if we talking about like GOAT stats, all that stuff, that's Tom Brady for sure. But like if you talking about a legit quarterback, best quarterback you've seen, like throwing the ball, running his team, and just like getting it, Aaron Rodgers is up there. I hate as much as I hate to say it, like he probably actually the best quarterback of all time that I've seen with my
Fuck
own
Aaron
two eyes.
Rodgers. Fuck Aaron Rodgers. And not to say that because I don't like him, but just because you are as good as you are. The
Mm-hmm.
same way people said,
Oh yeah.
fuck Michael Jordan. Fuck you. You son of a bitch. You bastard. You. Like, I don't wish you no hurt or no pain or anything, but you're just a really great quarterback who knew it and it went to his head. But go back to what you're saying.
True. They only got one Super Bowl, and you got Eli and Ben Roethlisberger with two each.
Yeah,
So it's like, I mean, he was one of the best throwers like of the ball and like actually
absolutely.
mobile wise too. Like he would get up out that gent. It's so many times where somebody either the Bears or the team had him in the clamp and he just skirt just skate on by, run for 10, 15 yards and kill you with a back breaking throw to end the game. So yeah, man, it's might be that time for him to call it one.
I think it is. I think it's time for Aaron Rodgers to call it quits because that stint you had in again, I'm going back to the Jets. I saw that. I saw what you did. You got Devontae Adams to come back there.
Mhm.
After that horrible stint that he had with the Raiders. You had him with you. You had was it Adam Lazard, whatever his name is. He was there with you. He was there. Then you had Garrett Wilson, a young gun as a wide receiver, and then you had Brees Hall as a running back. These are guys that should be on other teams that should be starting, which they are, and they should be putting up very high productive numbers, and they are not. But you were there. You were there and nothing happened. Nothing came about that. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's ego and him having this sense of, oh, everything should just be given to me and catered to me. No, it shouldn't, my nigga. You still got to go out there and produce. You have to have a product and a result. You got one championship and a couple of MVPs, and you're known as one of the best throwers of the football, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And you got Patrick Mahomes coming up behind you, and he's gonna pass you. He may just end up passing you in that category as one of the best throwers of the football and one of the most mobile guys out there. Yada 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 yada. And then there's Lamar Jackson. And there's a couple other guys that could have been in that category. I think Andrew Luck could have been in that category as well, but those injuries and concussions and everything just took a hold of his career. So we didn't get to we waited. We saw it, but we waited and nothing came of it because you got on this whole. To me, I saw a guy on his high horse who was riding this whole thing. Oh, uh, everybody would want me. Well, I got to be one of the most sought after guys, and you might have been, but people wanted you to lock in and do your fucking job, and you haven't done that. So no matter if you with the Steelers or whoever team, I think you should. Well, it's too late to go back to Green Bay. Wherever you end up next, you're gonna have to show your ass. You're gonna have to just ball the fuck out because I think this is the end of the line for you, my G.
Yeah, and I'm hearing he's supposed to like sign back with Green Bay to like retire there. So if he do, he probably is gonna do for that one day. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, fuck with Aaron Rodgers.
Fuck Aaron
Uh,
Rodgers.
the sabotaging of Shador Sanders in game two, Browns versus 49ers. I ain't gonna say it was sabotage. The team was ass.
Wait
They
a
lost.
minute.
They
Wait a
lost.
minute. Are you saying they sabotaged him? I agree with game one, but game two, are you saying that they were trying to sabotage this kid for game two?
His second start against the 49ers. I mean, like, because at the half they was down only 10-2, and the only reason they was actually up 8-7 because Shador threw like a 20, 30 yard touchdown to the tight end that they had, and then I believe the 49ers came down and made like a special teams play.
Okay.
That's what I think. Yeah, they ended up getting the ball back. Like I think they ended up punting or like kicked it away, ran it back for some yards. It ended up getting 3 points to make it 10-8. And then in the second half, they kicked it off to the Browns. Dude, the kick returner drops the ball when it's kicked to him. So
Mm-hmm.
once it bounces off you, it's live ball.
Mm-hmm.
49ers got the ball back, was able to score. So like it was just bad team, just like making bad plays at the time. And then like Kevin Stefanski just the call that I think it was one play that they went for on fourth down when you had no momentum to go for that or like at least like try to get like a field goal for it instead of,
Mm-hmm.
they tried to make a big play,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like just took away from Shadur's momentum to get the team going. But they was in the game. The first half they was in that game. Like they Shador, I was like, if Shador pull off this win, he for sure definitely finna start for the rest of the year. But also they gonna not even give it Dylan a chance. And then Shador got hit in one part of the game, so he had actually got hurt for a hot second. We had to miss like a play or two. Dylan came in. Shador like, nah, you can get back out. I ain't finna mess this up. So I ain't gonna say all the way sabotage, but like it just because it was a sabotage on the team. Like the team was just ass on some plays. Like the special team was bad. defense held its own up until
To me, it just looked like they were having a tough time on the field putting it all together. That's all I saw.
yeah.
I don't know what it was directly, but it just looked like they was having a hard time putting it together on the game, on the field.
On both sides, yeah. So it was just some plays that was called. I'm like, why that? But and then Jerry Judy was. They say he was on the sideline clapping his hand, like yelling at Shador, and Shador looking like, "Hey man, shut down on that." But like Jerry Judy is the last person to talk to Bruce. It means passes you done dropped. Shit, last week Shador gave you a 40-yard bomb to you, and you want to get loose with the ball in your hand and got it stripped from you.
Yeah,
So
that's not a guy I'm really worried about. Like all that hand clapping, like I know what that mean. I know you trying to get somebody attention, you trying to show
yeah,
some force and some signs of, of a threat.
you're
But
not even that cold to
you're
be
not
doing
even that type of dude because we don't hear about you that often for you to be even in a guy who's in his rookie season for you to be in his face trying to make it seem like you a threat and you're gonna do something to him. We know better than that. We know better than that. We already know that you ain't on nothing doing stuff like that. Um, keep on going, Key.
it. Yeah. So Sunday night game ended up being a solid game. I did not expect that to be as close as it was. The Broncos versus Commanders ended up being a 27-26 overtime game.
Which I did not expect. I expected, listen to me just real quick, briefly, because I'm gonna let you go ahead and do your thing.
Mhm.
I expected the Patriots to blow the Commanders out. That was just my outcome.
Broncos, I mean,
Wait, who was playing?
Broncos versus Commanders.
Broncos, Commanders. Oh, my fault. I'm thinking about the
Patriots was
Patriots.
Monday night game against the
Yeah.
Giants, but we'll
Okay,
get
my
right to
fault. Okay. So, yeah. Wrong
it.
team. Fuck them too. Fuck both of them teams. Keep on going.
Yeah, yeah. But close game, but back and forth. Surprisingly, I don't know how. That, I really didn't care for the game too much, but like the Commanders made it much of a game. Debo was had a good last second touchdown, no, last second big catch that set up the touchdown to Terry McLaurin. He came back from injury from being off the whole time, but good game. Sunday night game. Bo Nix and them. Now it's question people now people finna start questioning either Patriots and the Broncos. It's like, all right, are y'all legit? Are y'all real with some of the wins that they had? Um, Monday night game, Patriots versus Giants. They did beat the brakes off
So
the
we
Giants.
can't question it too much because what they only doing, they only showing, they only proving what they can show you. They only showing what they can prove to you. And what they've proven so far is that they can win. Whether it's Bo Nix with the Denver Broncos or it's
Drake
Drake
May.
May with the New England Patriots. Keep going.
Yeah, so the Patriots are like it was kind of like ours. Like they had like an easy schedule, but like we both was like at the bottom of our division. So you're gonna play other bottom teams from the year before.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have a signature win against the Bills, I believe. Even though it's the Bills signature this year. But your boy who came back, Jackson Dart came back. And
Yeah,
on
he
the
didn't look
first two
like.
drives, they tried to kill the man. It
Yeah.
was a couple of runs, even though they were legal hits, like the one where he was almost out of bounds, where and dude just cracked him, and that man went sideways like this. I was like, I'm like, ugh. And the thing is, I was mad because like I had him in my fantasy team, so and I needed him to like score some points so I can win. I'm like, man, if he get knocked out the first minute, I'm gonna be pissed. But yeah, the Patriots put belts ass on that in that game, 33-15. Running game, they look legit. Like they got a good defense. Drake make the right throws and plays. They seem like they finally figured out their running game. The Giants. Now the Giants, I will say this: they could be kind of like us this year. Like they just like they got the talent there. Like they got talent on the team. It's just it needs a right coach to get them that mentality and just to change the culture to make them better. Because like
And if it's not the right coach, they need another year. They need another year
yeah.
to be able to put it together.
If they get a good draft pick, they could do that. But if you get Jackson Dart to stop taking these dumb hits, get Cam Scatterbo come back, Malik Neighbors, man, if you get another good pick where you can get somebody else offensively or defensively, they could be decent. But it's really yeah, if they get the right
Mm-hmm.
culture, coaches,
Gotcha.
they might be the next. They might be good next year. They might be good, or like you said, they could be a year after that. So we'll see.
I think it might be one of those situations where you're looking at them and you're going, It's not, they're not too far off. You know, they might be a year or two off before they can start making that turn around the corner and be a team that wins 10 games, 11 games. And then after that is a team that gets into the playoffs and then they get them a win and then they get two wins or something like that. So it's one of those things that's just going to take time for a team like that because we're heading that direction. That's where we're trending, but we still need to find out what our quarterback can do. And we are not certain uh what it is that he can exactly do. All right. So
And then before I get onto this one of my topics, NBA. So who is like if Tom Brady isn't the GOAT, who is the next few QBs that you think is the GOAT? Or is wait, do you think is a QB the GOAT of the league? It could be Lawrence.
if we remove Tom Brady from that post and say that he is not the GOAT with Deflate Gate being there and with Spygate being there, I don't think there is a GOAT. I think the lane is still wide open.
So and are we talking about just quarterbacks too, or are we talking about all players? Like can
So if we, I'm just going by the quarterback.
okay,
Who else would you put in there?
quarterback wise, or just
Or just a period? Because if we're
oh,
saying there's no quarterback, are you saying there is no quarterback? Or are you saying there is?
no,
There
I'm
is.
saying like there's other players that could be considered that's not a quarterback. I'm saying like it could be Lawrence Taylor. Like a lot of people say Lawrence Taylor could be one of the best football players of all time. Um, who else in that thing?
Heard you, but how many rings does Lawrence Taylor have?
They got one or two,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, they somebody said he made two positions popular though, the defensive end and then the left tackle, because everyone after that after them need to get find them a left tackle to be able to block a guy like him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you feel affect the game or affected where people have to like change their way of they making a team to construct to stop you, you got a case to be one of the best of all time. But you know,
I was watching a different podcast and I was listening to it, and one of the things that Lawrence Taylor said to me stuck out. And he said, "I watch guys practice very hard every day to have the skill that I had, and they were still trash." He said, while those guys were practicing, I was out the night before. I was in the clubs. I was smoking weed. I was doing drugs. I was fucking bitches. I was doing everything that I thought that I wanted to do. He said, "Can you imagine what my career would have been like if I actually just practiced as hard as they did?"
and that's why I kind of mess with not mess with, but like, I think Jordan is a GOAT in NBA. Cause like, just imagine if he didn't smoke as many cigars and play 18 holes of golf to 5 or not 5 a.m. but like gambling to 5 6 a.m. every day, 18 holes of golf the next day, going right into the game. Like, what if he actually took care of his body where he could have been like LeBron, put a
Oh,
million
but he
dollars
did.
every.
We know Mike did. But just to say that, it goes back to that saying that a coach told me years and years and years and years and years ago. Hard work beats talent when talent refuses to work hard. Like that always stands the test of time. No matter how good you are or something, no matter how athletic you are, no matter how great you are just catching the ball or shooting the ball or whatever, there's always a guy that can just outwork you because they know people know that you aren't willing to put in that type of work. But if you're going with Lawrence Taylor, I think that's a dope way to go. But
I will put myself. I will put Jerry Rice in there, but like
so if we put Jerry Rice, then we gotta look at Joe Montana and what's the other quarterback name? Was it
Steve
Steve?
Young.
We gotta look at them and go, you know.
No, yeah, no, no. I'm saying like, if we talking like quarterbacks too, like I mean, it really comes down like I said, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Dan Marino. Like far as throwing that
Dan
thing,
Marine
being
throwing
moving
it,
that offense,
yeah. But if we
probably
looking
Peyton
at
Manning. Like
we going Peyton Manning, that's fine. He only has he has two Super Bowls, all right.
yeah,
But if we're looking at Jerry Rice, we're going Jerry Rice won with two different quarterbacks.
really not knocking that at all. I'm rock with that. Like I'm saying, if anybody would put it's Jerry Rice at the top.
That's what I'm saying. Like if we're gonna do it, we're really. I think they really need to look into that and delve deep into the careers of these guys to make sure that they come up with the right guy. How
Mhm.
long was he active? Um,
Right, right, true.
his
That's
career, right? What did he do during his career? How many Super Bowls did that person win? You ain't necessarily, to me, got to be the guy that wins the most MVPs or Super Bowl MVPs, but it's the career, the body of work that you had. And as far as we know about Jerry Rice, there was never any smut on his name. There was never any smut on his name. This is a guy that just came in. He came from a community college and worked his way up, and then was drafted into the league, and then he won. So, do we look at him? Do we look at guys like Troy Aikman and start looking at those guys and saying these guys are better quarterbacks than a Tom Brady because there was no smut on their name. They were just hardworking guys who won. And I'm gonna leave it at that. That's all I got.
True, I agree, but to me, Tom Brady.
Until that conversation comes up in the annals of sports media and those guys catch a hold of it and they start saying, you know, we got to start looking at this deflate gate and this spy gate as a thing that, you know, benefited him. Because if we're gonna put asterisks next to a guy like Pete Rose and all these other guys, and we're gonna say that, we gotta start looking at all these guys and saying what was a hindrance or what was going on around your name. Did it ever, was it real or was it just bullshit? You know?
My thing is with Pete Rose, like I feel like I think like if I'm not mistaken, like was he like betting on himself and to win though, right? He was betting on himself and like his team to win these games though, right? Was it like or was he betting
I
on other
think he might have
teams?
been betting. I think he might have been betting against. You know what I mean? Or it might have been betting with. I don't know. Like that story to me, I never really delved deep into that one as well. So I don't know.
Yeah, because
I
I
don't
think
know
when I was younger, I remember
correct way to do it.
I would read into it, and I thought he was like most of the time he was betting on himself. Like if he that cold, where he was betting on himself, like I'm gonna get these 3 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits tonight, a home run, three. That's cold to me. Like you cold, and you shouldn't be. It was messed up. Is like he died, and they find took him out of the ban list, and like he could be in the Hall of Fame. Like you waited till the man die to
You
do
wait till
this
he died to do that.
to give his flowers.
Here's the other part about Pete Rose. I was betting on myself
I can see if you betting on.
to hit home runs and steal bases. Here's the other part about him betting on himself. It ain't that I'm just necessarily betting that I can do it. I know who I'm playing that night, you dumb motherfuckers. I know who I'm playing.
Right.
I know this guy. I know this guy likes to throw a curveball, fastball, slider, or a screwball that night. So I know I can steal this many bases and I can get this many hits because I know what pitches he's gonna throw me. He throws the same pitches, everything. That's the whole analytics of it. He knows what's gonna happen for the course of that game. So I know how to go about my routine and I know how to go out and execute a game plan. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That
So
wasn't
that.
nothing bad. That's just knowing the guys on the court that I'm dealing with, or
Yeah.
on the field that I'm dealing with. That's all.
Yeah.
The fuck.
My thing is like if he was betting like for himself on himself on his team to win and do his thing. I don't. I don't. I don't think he needs to be banned for that long. As long as he was like, they should have brought it back to where he was like, all right, let's give you your flowers in front of everyone. You was literally, I think, still the most hits in the MLB or whatever, top 5 hits of
Might
all
be
time.
top five. I don't know if it's all time. I don't think he's the best all time, but I think he might be top five, top seven, or something like that.
So I mean, that's stuff like that, and then he can see himself being in the Hall of Fame. Like he worked that hard to help your league to be known and everybody like it. But hey, that's tough. But one last little thing I want to ask my boy Melo: should he have won Rookie of the Year 2003, 2004 over LeBron? I think so. I got facts and stuff to back it up. What do you think?
Melo was weak as hell. I'm glad that Detroit um, drafted Darko Milicic over him because Melo was huff as hell, man. I mean, like, why was everybody so excited to draft Melo to the Detroit Pistons? He would have fucked that goddamn Detroit. I'm bullshit. All right. If we being serious, who won that year? Because it should have been. They should have been. It should have been 1-1, or it
Yeah,
should have been, or it should
LeBron.
have been Melo.
LeBron won, but at bare minimum, it should have been a co-MVP,
It should have been a
co-rookie of the year.
co-MVP because LeBron won it, but Melo took his team his first year there. They won like 52 wins or something like that, and he got them to the playoffs.
No, yeah. So I got the stats right here, man. Like
Okay,
that.
let's talk about it. Go ahead, Keith. Launch.
Right.
Set
So
it off.
first rookie year, Melo, 03-04, same rookie year, LeBron, 03-04. Points per game, Melo got him nudged. It's basically the same. Melo had 21 points per game. LeBron had 20.9 points per game. So basically rounded up 21. Melo had 6.1 rebounds. LeBron had 5.8.
Mm.
Melo got the advantage there. Assists, I give LeBron this one. He had 5.6 assists a game. Melo only had 2.8. Here's another thing, but like Melo took his Melo's the Denver Nuggets team before Melo got there was 17-65.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
The next year, they were the eighth seed and they won 43 games, 39 losses. Still took his team to the playoffs as a rookie. And I believe had a less not a inferior team compared to LeBron when he got there to the cap. In the harder West at the time too. This is when the West became a stronger conference right after Jordan and left. Spurs in the winning, Lakers won three straight, Spurs
Mm.
winning again. So,
Mm.
but I give you more stats. What was it? LeBron had the more assists. He had the more steals, about point 0.4 steals. He had 1.2. Melo, LeBron had 1.6.
Okay.
Turnovers, I mean, I'm not really going to count that, but like turnovers, Melo only had three turnovers per game. LeBron had 3.5, but had the ball more in his hand, so I give him that. Field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, free throw percentage, all by Melo was higher than LeBron's.
Wait. Talk about it. What was the free throw percentage for Melo and LeBron during that period of time for the Rookie of the Year? I want to know that. Let me know. Hear
Point,
that so the
all right,
people
it's
can
like
hear it.
700. Like the Melo had literally 0.777 field goal percentage,
Okay.
and LeBron had 0.754. So then too crazy, but Melo had point 300, 322 3-point percentage,
So he
and
was 32%.
yeah, 32%. He was 43% in field goal percentage overall. LeBron was like 41%. That's another thing. Took his team, we made them a 17 win the year before, made them 43 wins next year, took them to the playoffs, AC, and they played his first year against the Timberwolves with MVP Kevin Garnett,
Okay.
Latrell
Okay.
Sprewell, Sam Cassell.
Sam Cassell. All right. Bet it up.
LeBron's first rookie year did not go to the playoffs. They was a 35 win team and 47 losses. And the year before, they were like 18 losses. I mean, 18 wins. So they both came from trash seasons where it was like 17, 18 wins. And Melo jumped his team a little bit higher, what, 8 games over more. But I will read you the teams that they was working with.
Okay.
Melo, he had Chris Anderson, Birdman. He wasn't Birdman yet. He was just got to leave. He ain't had tattoos yet. He was
Mm-mm.
not even thought about. Marcus Camby, who just came from the Knicks, had some injuries though, but he still wasn't. He was decent defender for them to like. All right,
Shot blocker.
yeah,
Rebounder. Six
yeah.
foot 11, like 230 pounds.
John
240.
Barry, John Barry, Rick Barry, Brent Barry, brother,
Mm-hmm.
Rick Barry's son, Brent Barry's brother, Earl Boykins,
Okay.
Nene Hilario. Before he was just Nene.
Before he was just in the net. Yeah. Yeah.
Nene Hilario. He had a good rookie year before Miller got there, but he wasn't Nene yet.
Yeah.
Andre
Soft.
Miller,
Oh, one of the
Vash,
dopest point guards ever. Yeah.
yeah, Vashawn Leonard. A lot of
Oh.
people forgot about
Oh.
Vashawn Leonard.
Oh.
I remember him in
Shooter.
Miami Heat days.
Yes, sir. He was a shooter.
Mark Pope, Rodney White,
Mm.
Nicolaus Stevie Speedy. I don't,
Skitishvili.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm surprised I still remember that name. Thanks NBA Live 2000 and whatever, three, four,
Whatever
five.
it was. Fuck out of here.
Francisco Elson,
He was tall
Ryan,
guy.
Ryan Bowen,
Nope.
Mike Doliak, and the
I
coach
remember
was
Doliak. He used to play for the Cavs, I think.
Orlando Magic.
Okay, boom,
Wait, maybe,
Doliak.
maybe, maybe he did play for the Cavs too, but I remember him
May have.
specifically from the Magic. All right, you heard those guys, and I think maybe all right. I feel like Camby and Nene and Most was like the best players that you could really like say that he played
Depend
with
on.
Melo. Like
Yeah,
depending on
yeah. And then
Andre
next,
Miller was a point guard, but he was
Andre
like,
Miller. Yeah, but Andre Miller would rather facilitate and pass the ball than put up points, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let me give you the Cavs team that
Let's talk
LeBron
about this Cavs team.
inherited or
Yeah,
got
let's
the
hear
team.
about it.
You had Carlos Boozer, who had
Mm,
a really good rookie season.
mm,
You had Ricky Davis, Zajunas Ilgauskas,
mhm,
Darius Miles,
mhm,
DeJuan Wagner,
mm,
Martine Cleaves, who just
mm.
won the NCAA championship with Michigan State.
About a couple
Probably,
years ago. Yeah.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Capono,
Mm-hmm.
Jeff McGinnis, Chris Mim, Kevin Ollie, Eric Williams, Tony Battie, DeJounte Jop.
Mm-hmm.
On paper and talent wise, I feel like LeBron had a better team
Which he
and had
did.
more to work with
Yeah.
in a weaker conference, kind of in a way. And but the thing is like what sucks is like the Detroit Pistons ended up winning the championship that year. So just imagine if he did go to Detroit, they probably would have either started him off, he would have came off the bench a little bit, but I don't think he would have affected that team where they wouldn't have got that championship still.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Melo should have won Rookie of the Year, or at least bare minimum co MVP, co Rookie of the Year with LeBron.
Okay. So I have a question for you. When was LeBron James drafted?
2003, 2004, same year.
2003, 2004.
Yep.
Okay. 2003, 2004. Zydrunas Ilgauskas averaged 15 points, 8 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
The following season, he averaged 16 points, 8 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
The next season, he averaged 15 points, 7 rebounds.
So yeah, right that 15, 16 mark, 8 rebound
Mm-hmm.
mark.
Mm-hmm.
A consistent, solid at the time, especially like center.
Yeah. The injury started happening in 2006, 2007. He went 12 points, 7 rebounds. He came back in 2007, 2008, and he was 14 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, there are other guys on that team that he was playing with. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna go into that. But just that's just one of the guys that he was playing with that was averaging a decent amount of points. You know what I mean? So um, we don't have to get too far into that and talk about it. But um, Melo should have won Rookie of the Year that year. If not Rookie of the Year, he should have gotten co MVP
Yeah.
with LeBron James. Co Not co MVP, but co Rookie of the Year with LeBron James. Yeah, I agree. Because
That
Melo was playing with less of a team and he won. He won. He got them to the
was
Western Conference Finals in the Western Conference, which is hard as hell to do. My God, that's all I got to say. That's all I have to say.
they lost the first round to Timberwolves, but they ran into a MVP Kevin Garnett
Hmm.
and grown great supporting cast of Lee Trail Sprewell and Sam Cassell. It took LeBron 3 seasons to make the playoffs. His first 2 years he didn't make the playoffs,
Which is
so
fine. That's fine.
which is no problem at all either though. But Miller would run into teams like the Spurs twice when they won the championship those years. So like he lost to
Hmm.
the best team that was in that motherfucker.
Hmm.
There was only one. This is his third year. He lost to the Clippers, but they had Elton Brand, Corey McGetty. They had a nice little whip on that team. And
Hmm.
then, but the fourth year where LeBron made the playoffs and went to the finals, he lost to the Spurs. Got swept. That's the same year. Melo lost to the Spurs in the first round, but at least he got one win out of out of that. So I just want to say Melo should be Rookie of the Year 2003 that year, or the bare minimum co MVP. But the battery was already pushing the back of LeBron for the by the machine anyway. So not to take away from LeBron's greatness though. He's a great player though.
He is who he is. I'm just saying. I understand what you're saying. I'm not. It's not. I'm just saying. I understand what you're saying about certain instances where there are guys who should have won fair and square or been a part of that elevation in the game, and
He's
it's been marred and mucked up by inconsistencies and politics and everything else.
yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna say the whole Melo debate career another day, but that's what I want to say with that one specifically.
You got it off. You got it off.
But and then NBA right now, Bulls, we back ass, y'all. I'm sorry, we back ass right now until we make it. But the thing is, with this team, I feel like we gotta make a trade if we want to get
Ladies and
some.
gentlemen, the Bulls are clapping. They're clapping ass. It's a bowl of ass. It's activity happening
We
out
hurt.
there.
We got hurt too though. We like half our team hurt, so like
Bands to make
a
them
little bit of that.
dance.
But
Bands to make them dance.
if we
Bands to
really
make
want
them
to
dance.
if we really want to get above being a play-in team or not missing the playoffs at all, we gotta make a trade. I'm hearing, some reason every day it seems like more and more Anthony Davis in Chicago gets stronger. But honestly, at this point, I'm cool with y'all. If we can go get Ja Morant, if we get Ja Morant, we're gonna need Derrick Rose to be his father at least. Like show him around, give him around the GDs and the BDs. Like, hey, take care of this man. Make sure you don't put no guns in his lap.
Man, Jack gonna end up hanging with the BDs, bro. He gonna go out somewhere and do a home invasion. We can't have him here.
He's
That's
gonna
what
be
I
out
don't.
there with G Herbo and stuff.
Wrong city to come to. He gonna be over in old block acting like he run that
Man,
motherfucker, like he bought it.
you in Memphis,
You know what
like
I'm saying? This ain't that type of time. We don't need him on that type of time while he here. We don't want Anthony Davis here either. If they're gonna do a trade, they need to just go ahead and say, fuck it, we not doing no trades, and we would rather go through the draft and get like a Cam Boozer or that young brother from Michigan State, or the guy from North Carolina. And I keep talking about Caleb
Wilson.
Wilson. Yeah, so but what I would like for is for those guys to stay in college. I don't want none of you all to really come out. I would rather you guys to stay in college and elevate your game. I think you guys need another year in college ball. But we know how this goes. They're not gonna stay. But fuck the Packers,
Yeah.
fuck the Eagles, and who you got for hooping and hoeing? Can we do that? Do you got that segment ready?
Ooh, hooping and hoeing. Let's see.
Do you got the hooping and hoeing segment? Do you got that ready?
Get you hooping and hoeing. And
Hey,
your bitch know she going. All
hey,
right. All right.
hey,
Let's see.
hooping and
Hooping.
hoeing.
Let's check out some personal stats. Who
I
who
don't
really
think I don't
who
think he
really
got
huh.
he got it, ladies and gentlemen? Do he got it?
Oh,
Do he got it? Does he?
actually,
He taking his time. I don't think he
it's
got
this
it.
it's this weak ass connection right here on this computer.
Here,
But
let's this motherfucker over here line. This
no,
the
it was
garbage.
moving good though. But whoever asked like Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell, like he called to me.
Are you calling him as a player ass or are you saying a team?
They succeed. I would have thought they would be like top tier. I mean, they are. They can be. Like, don't be wrong. It's still early, but like, right? Are they hooping or horn as far as like what they in the season? Whereas like, do you see them being the top two, three teams like championship to contenders for the like? Are they champion contenders this year with this team constructed with Spider Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and the rest of them, Jerry Allen and
Mm-hmm.
Darius Garland guy.
Mm-hmm.
He just come back from injury. It's something about that team. Like I like it, but then like
Mm-hmm.
I see them folding though at some point. Like I don't know why. And they got like a squad. Like the bench players, I think they still got Karis LeVert. They got Max Strus. I think he's been hurt though, but he's one of those teams like. I like the way it's built, but I don't know if they got that dog in them though.
I do not know either. They had a couple of seasons where they were winning and they were coming up big, but during the course of those same seasons, their main pieces like Donovan Mitchell would get hurt, or Darius Garland would get hurt. Mobley might have been hurt, or the big fella Jared Allen might have been hurt. I can't recall everything, but there's always been instances on those teams where it seemed like when they were hurt, those guys would get to the playoffs, they would get in, but then once they got there, they would just give up. Like that third or fourth game when they realized we may not win this, it seems like they would just give up. So that's just what I saw. It may not have been every last one of them, but that's just the stuff that I saw. So um, I don't have any stake in Cleveland. Fuck Cleveland too. Um, you guys are great as a boxing state, and you guys put out some great talent, and that's the truth. From the amateurs to the pros, you guys do very well, but I don't fuck with y'all like that, man. So fuck y'all, fuck every sport that y'all got under y'all belt. Like that white man said, fuck you right in the pussy. How about that? Fuck you right in the pussy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but that's
You
a
just
real
grabbed him
thing.
out of pussy. That's wild. That man said, and he became president. But
No, I ain't talking about that guy. I'm talking about the actual guy that
oh
had
no,
that
I'm just
slogan.
saying like, and just
Oh,
how
that guy said, punch him in the pussy. He
rash.
said, right. Oh, he said, grab him by the pussy. Grab him by the pussy.
After
That's
you
what
know
he
what
said.
happened.
He said, grab them by the pussy. So, and you motherfuckers, you voted for him. You sons of bitches, y'all voted for the nigga. You know what I'm saying? He said, grab you all. He said, grab the women by the pussy. And y'all said, yeah, I want a man to grab me by my pussy.
That's wild.
Dirty ass motherfuckers.
But yeah, actually, I'm looking at the stats. I'm like, Austin Reeves averaging 28 points a game.
Mm-hmm. 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 He doing well.
You think that's sustainable? You think he's gonna be hooping the horn by the
No, I
April?
think by the mid-season we'll see him drop down to like 25. We'll see him drop down to 25, maybe 22. That's what LeBron
That's
wanted though.
still that's still
For everybody who keeps forgetting, LeBron wanted that. He wanted a situation where he could scale back and not do as much, and he could just let these guys take over. He was waiting on Anthony Davis to be more of an integral part of that organization and team and take the lead, and that did not happen. So they moved him out and they brought in Luca, and now Luca's there, and Luca has come in skinny. He's in shape, or it looks like he's in shape, and he's producing. So there you have it. And then you fire Nico Harrison. So there's that.
And do you think the Sacramento Kings need to blow it up? I don't. That should be.
I'll blow it up. I'll blow it up.
Who you see like who you see Levesque Levine go to and actually help either take that next step?
He had to go somewhere where he's a second or third option. And if you send him somewhere, you're gonna have to. I'd send him to Golden State, but Golden State probably won't want him. So you got to send him to somewhere where he can like just chill out, like OKC. But OKC, they're not gonna want him because they got a lot of pieces over there, and those guys are already balling.
You know who he could be nasty with?
Portland,
That too. But I mean, like a team that's like kind of improving, but like if they get him, scary hours.
who is
Denver,
that?
Denver Nuggets with Joker,
Oh,
Murray. They might be less big on the defensive part, but like if you got Joker
if the
passing that back,
Denver Nuggets had Zach LaVine, that would be special. I could see
I
that.
think he just gotta go somewhere with some good structure already and just need like a two guard that can get off when they need to.
Yeah, or come
Like
off the bench when, Jamal Murray takes his time out and you let him in and to give him 25, 28, 30 minutes, 30
man,
minutes and he comes in, but Zach gonna want more than that.
I mean, at this point though, you ain't even been in the playoffs. Like I mean, in the
You were
one
never that guy. You were
and
never Himothy.
the one time you did go, you got end up getting hurt. Like with us, the Bulls, we went to the playoffs the first year that DeRozan and what's his name came, but he got hurt, Lonzo. But he
You
ended
were
up getting hurt
never
too.
Himothy. You were never Himothy. That was not you. You've
Like
never been Himothy.
he can score with the best of them in the league, but
He can
just
score, but he's not a Himothy. He's not that guy. So we're not gonna even go with that. But Denver would be a great look for him. Um, I would like to say that Boston could use his help.
Right now, definitely for sure.
Uh,
I could low key see that like for them. Like,
hmm
they,
Indiana could use your help, but
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
to that.
that's crazy. Like they went from literally the
Fuck
front.
Zach LaVine.
I rock it, but it just
I don't.
no. He was dealt a bad blow with the ACL injury. Did come in here,
Yeah, all that's cool and everything.
but
Fuck him.
I can see it. He could be used. I would think if I'm a player especially in the West, I'm trying to come to East as much to try to have easier path to the finals.
Just depends on what team you're talking about. And if you really want to be real, he would fit in with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, and that's the offense like Milwaukee. They 9-13, and I think
He would
Giannis
fit
been
in with
out
the
for the last two
Milwaukee
weeks.
Bucks.
But I think they reloaded their team. Well, they could repackage some of them what they just got anyway. But I wouldn't be surprised about a series as a Charlotte.
Man, I would just
Go or die.
get rid of them non or immobile ass motherfuckers on the squad, and I would just get him.
Yeah,
And I would tell
sure.
him, look, this is your job when you come to this team, and we want you to stick to this. We just need you to do this right here.
What about Cooper Cup? Do you think he was overrated at number one pick? Like, do you think he should have probably?
Cooper Cup as a wide receiver.
Wow, what's my boy name from Dallas?
Cooper Flag.
Flag.
Cooper Flag looked decent so far. He looked decent. It's gonna be a growing pain and a growing experience for him, but from the position that he has and the way that they're allowing him to rock into the game, it's working out for them. Like I don't have any problems with what they're doing, but at some point we're gonna want to see him do a little bit more. But for now, he all right. He all right. He doing what he's supposed to out there. He decent, and I'm only saying that because it ain't like I've seen him do some crazy, fantastic shit. Like the shit I've seen him do is what you're supposed to do. This is like regular shit when I see him do. It's like okay, that's just regular stuff. But um, I
All
I
right.
I don't see nothing like fantastic about him yet.
What about all right? You see him in his 1 year in Duke, and I don't know if you've seen too many games yet, but how you feel about Cameron Boozer? Is he a? Would you think Cameron Boozer would be a better? Was he a better Duke player for his team already compared to Cooper
I
Flag?
like him at Duke right now. I like Cam Boozer at Duke right now. Like I said earlier, I think you should stay 2 years, big fella. Do this year and do next year. There's nothing wrong with you staying in school and let those guys do their thing while you get your self together to head
Yeah,
into the draft because it's him and the guy from Michigan State and the guy Caleb Wilson from North Carolina. I think those are some badass guys. I think they're badass players, and I think they can affect the game a lot. Along with, well, not I can't say it. Cayenne Anthony has a little bit of a ways to go, but
yeah,
um,
but he's
it's
still
there.
balling.
It's there. It's in the Cam Boozer's genes, and I just think he just needs some time to prepare himself for that and get himself ready. Um, yeah, that's it. That's it. But he's gonna be if you looking at him, Cam Boozer's gonna be a hell of a player, man. He's gonna be
Yeah,
a hell of a player in the league once he gets there. He's gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
true. I agree. Yeah. Well, and one more thing that I definitely forgot already, but
So you ain't got no last minute shot, last game of
I,
21. You ain't got
um,
none of that. This goddamn guy, man.
no, I was gonna see it
This
now. I'm not trying to keep thinking the things so extend it too long, but
we ain't got to. We can cut this motherfucker
no,
short
no.
right
But
here.
I had something I forgot about it, and it came back. Did you see the Draymond Green and Kenyon Martin like kind of like going back and forth like online and stuff?
I saw that. My thoughts are this, and I'll say this to be quick because, I don't want to dwell on two niggas having a soap opera series back and forth,
That's basically what
arguing
that
over
is.
their careers. But we're covering. This is part of our job, and we're gonna cover it. I really don't want to do this shit. So what I would say is, if it were me and I had a choice between Draymond Green and Kenyon Martin, I would choose Kenyon Martin.
Oh
And
yeah,
that ain't to say nothing bad about what Draymond Green does, But I think Draymond Green is dope. He's a facilitator, he's an enforcer, and he plays defense. And that's awesome because that means there's less shots for you in this offense and more shots for Steph and Clay and all those guys, right? You do
Yeah.
what you're supposed to do, big fella, and we appreciate you for that. However, can you imagine an offense where you got a high powered guy that can get up and down the court and he's ferocious and aggressive and he's 6'9", 6'10", he's 230 pounds and he'll block shots, he'll defend, he'll protect Steph and he'll protect Clay. And you can run a pick and roll with him and not only run a pick and roll, but he can hit a 15 to 17-foot jump shot. He'll be able to do that. Ooh, sorry about that. He'll be able to hit a shot like that. And you can rely on him to hit that shot. And he'll defend a lot better than Draymond Green can.
Yeah.
So imagine having that guy setting the pick and rolls for you, and then you come off the pick and roll, and the options are three. I'm gonna drive this bitch to the cup, or someone's gonna drop in, and they're gonna stick to me, and I'm gonna kick it out to Clay, or they're gonna forget about me, and they're gonna drop off on Kenya, and they're gonna think that oh he's not gonna hit that shot tonight, and you turn around, oh let me get back to him, and you look up, and the ball's sailing over your head 11, 12 feet, and this motherfucker looks down at you and he throws his balls and his knees all on your fucking shoulders and he dunks that bitch on you. Imagine that.
And so, would you think a team full of the top five best defenders of all time versus the top five scorers of all time, who will win? Like, because people keep saying like, Draymond and them be like defense wins championships. Like, even though I do agree with that, especially in football, I feel like that's more of a
So
football.
listen, defense wins championships, true, but a motherfucker that can get a bucket, we always marvel at the nigga that can get the bucket more than we marvel at the nigga that plays defense.
And they always say what's the saying like great defense but better O. So like if
It's
you have
always
better
going to
O
be
than
better
a great
offense.
defense,
It's always going to come down to better offense. The fact that I can get the shot over you or off on you, even though you're sticking me and you're trying to do your best to guard me, that's the best compliment to a defensive player is a guy that has even better offense. And we've seen that with Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. When all those Kevin Garnett, Chris Webber, all those guys when they're being guarded, you might do a hell of a job off as Dirk Nowitzki. You might do a hell of a job on defense, but all I need is a slither of room to get my shot off, and I'm still golden. So defense wins championships, but offense does too, and I believe it to be that way.
I agree. I remember seeing like a bunch of people arguing with Kevin Durant about that online, and then like I think Draymond said like defense with them like yeah, but like, especially with basketball, the goal is to put the ball in the hoop.
You know
Even
who?
if you, even if like say like the team had like the best defense of all time, like I see two teams had the best defense at all. If they cancel each other where no one's scoring, then it's 0-0, no one wins the game. But had that one person that scored that motherfucker somehow, some way, you win by two. That's all that matters.
You
Like you need to
win.
score. You have to score at some
In the
point.
end, it's about scoring. And I can't see a situation where your main guys or your top tier guys just can't score ever. Yeah, we've seen James Harden go for crazy numbers, missing 16 3-pointers or whatever, 23 pointers or whatever it is. We've seen Kobe go 7 or 23 or 8 or 24, whatever it is in the finals and shit like that. We've seen that, but we've seen these guys have those games and bounce back and have an even better game. So in the end, it's gonna come down to how offensively sound you are and your ability to execute on the court. And I'll leave it at that.
So yeah, man. I just would you rather have five Melos or five Draymond Greens? Like I rather watch five Melos versus watching five Draymond
No,
Greens.
you only need one Melo because five of them, it ain't enough basketballs on the court to hold the ball that fucking long. It's only 24 seconds in the shot clock.
But you know that ball gonna go in the hole at some point, even though if it's the last second.
Maybe shit. We don't know if the motherfucker because it's five of them. Hey, but you only need one Melo. That's all you fucking need, straight up.
Yeah, true. Well, yeah, that's it for me. Like, I think that's
Ladies and gentlemen, comment when you see this part. When y'all get to this end of the fucking podcast, say, Keith, man, get your segments together. We need hooping or hoeing. We need in the game of 21. We need
Oh
last
man,
five. We need five
pretty
seconds
different from that
left.
back.
He gotta have all this shit together, man. Y'all need to have them seconds so y'all can comment and talk about that shit, and y'all can get on his ass about who he picked or who I picked and everything like that. With this motherfucking chucklehead ass, get on his ass about this shit when y'all hear this motherfucking podcast. You dig? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. I'm good on that. He said you
Ass,
dig. I got the show in the glove, so
ass,
and the pickup truck.
ass.
His he's talking about ass, but his head look like one, like a new firstborn baby bottom. Like,
Hell
damn.
yeah, hell yeah.
But
You know,
no,
chucklehead motherfucker.
um, you know, good. Thanksgiving weekend, so it's just getting ready for this next week. Bear down Sunday, big win. We got flex to the 325 game, so America's game.
Who
I
are the
mean,
Bears playing this week?
the fuck boy Packers.
Oh man, fuck the Packers. Y'all already know how we feel about that.
Green Bay Packers, Green Bay can kiss mine. But no, let me stop talking shit. They're gonna be tough. They're gonna be a tough out. It's gonna be a tough game.
Bears
Um,
gonna win that game.
but yeah, we gonna win that game.
It's
I
gonna
got
win
it.
that game. It's gonna be like 27 or 28 or something like that.
But, we,
23.
but we'll make picks on Saturday about this weekend and
Oh shit, we
determine.
back for another episode. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, we had a little Thanksgiving. My brother
Yeah.
maybe help him move out. I got back swole again now, and that
Mm-hmm.
snow. That snow, man, that weather was brutal, but got it out the way, got some good rest.
All right.
I'll see you Saturday.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that is another episode of Sports Related or Sports Punch. And remember the mission statement when you're striving for greatness. God never puts you in a driver's seat if it's taken. You bitch you.